Hi, this is Travis from POSGuys.com. Today we're reviewing the Zebra KC50. This is the professional kiosk that Zebra makes. And so it runs Android and it has built-in accessories like a barcode scanner, a help light indicator, and then this is their professional grade kiosk. It's a bit different than using like a consumer tablet on a stand. And we're going to go over the differences between a professional kiosk versus something you might build using consumer products. So the first thing you're going to notice when you get it is the build quality of it. So if you look at the hinge points on it, they use very large and strong hinges, and so the screen tilts and holds where it's supposed to be and it doesn't wobble. So if you notice when I hit it, it's not shaking. A lot of the consumer grade stuff that has a small plastic hinge with just two screws holding it in place, when you hit it, it'll sink lower and lower and lower and lower, and then you got to reposition it. Conversely to the Zebra, it just doesn't move. Where you set it is where it should be. So very good build quality on the movable sections, the hinges and such. Second thing you'll notice is the weight. It's super heavy. And if you want it even more solid, you can bolt it into the ground. So the stand gives mounting points to bolt it into the ground. But even without it, it's really heavy. It's about 20 pounds, 20 to 30 pounds, depending on which base you're using, versus a consumer one will be about 2 pounds or less. If it's just a light plastic, it's going to be even like under 1.5 pounds. So switching between portrait and landscape is pretty easy. We're using thumb screws. You can also get perma-mount screws, but by loosening this, the whole unit can slide up. You can rotate it, and then you put it back into the hinge points, and then you would be mounted landscape. So switching between the orientations is really easy to do. The stand itself is really well built, but there's a couple things to note. So one is cable management. So the cable routes, so down here from the base, and then there's holes on the bottom. So you can run your cables through your counter if you want them completely hidden, or there's these little exit points if they're going to be coming out the side. And then it's all modular from there. So this is the main base station, and then it attaches this medium-sized base, which attaches to the head. So the cables run through the back, and then there's little windows that peek through. So you take off this top piece, and you can run cables through there, and you take off the back piece. You can put your cables through there, you can put your extra materials, you can just hide it in case if you want. But this is the routing on it. So it has a little raceway where all the cables hide in, and that keeps it all nice and tidy, and then it doesn't close on the cables, so you don't have to worry about them getting pinched. So this is the modular mounting system right here. So we only have one section in it, but if you undo these screws, then this part can pop off, and then you can add another section. So if you want to go taller and taller and taller, you can just add different sections into it, so you can change the height of this unit. One of the difficulties of this stand is the raceway and routing cables through it. So like I have a keyboard cable here that has this little protective grommet on it. Running it through can be a little bit of a challenge because the holes are small. So it's like barely makes it through. Can be a bit of a challenge to kind of run things through, especially at the top. Right here I have to make the bend, and it just barely makes it through. So keep that in mind. If you're running really thick cables, you might have a little bit of a challenge kind of running them through the raceway. So the available ports on it, and this is actually kind of one of its drawbacks. So you have an expansion port, you have a USB port, power, and then Ethernet. And that's it. So it's pretty limited. So as far as accessories, you can only really plug in one thing. Hubs also don't work on it, so you can't just expand what you plug in by a hub. Most of the accessories, if they're not one of the snap-in adapters, like here's your little barcode scanner snap-in, which just slides into place and the screws down. So that's in the side, or if you want it in the top, you just move it to the top. But if you want any other things like a keyboard, a mouse, a printer, there's only one USB port. So you're gonna have to pick which one you want to use the USB port, and everything else will have to be Bluetooth. So this is running Android. It's a Zebra variant of Android. It has the Zebra utilities on it, so you get things like Data Wedge, Enterprise Browser, Enterprise Screen, so that you can really lock it down. If you want it to boot up straight into your app, it has the capability of doing that using Enterprise Launcher. But it does have the full Play Store on it, so if you go to the Play Store, you can download any other apps you'd want to use on it through the convenience of the Play Store. It has access to Gmail if you want to mail yourself things from the KC50, different data files and log files and things like that. So it's Android with kind of the Zebra utility package built into it in order to add security. If you're using MDM software such as SODI or 42 Gears, it's compatible with that so that you can stage these devices ahead of time, roll them out to your different locations, and then they'll be ready to go. So when you compare the two devices, we're going to compare the build quality of kind of your standard generic tablet in a stand. So with the KC50, like we said, it's real build, it's real heavy. So if I hit it real hard, the screen doesn't move, the unit doesn't fall all over. Your standard tablet in a plastic stand wobbles a lot, easy to fall over. Falls out of the stand even. So that's sort of the point of the build quality between the two devices. One of the other things is kind of your screen brightness. So this is, an iPad set to max brightness. This is a mid brightness, but you could drag it out and get way brighter. I don't know how well that shows on camera, but you can go from dim to very bright. So even if you're working under bright lights or in an outdoor setting, you'll be able to see the screen. So the KC50, truly is a standalone kiosk. You don't have to man it. It's built to be mounted into the counter. It is tough, it's industrial, it has the built-in accessories that you really want to see on a kind of a customer kiosk that is self-service. The build quality is just far above what you would get with a consumer device where you might worry about them breaking the stand, breaking the device themselves, or even taking the consumer device. At plus 20 pounds, this is a very difficult thing to just pick up and run away with. And additionally, if you actually mount it into the counter, then you're not going to really be able to take it at all. KC50 comes in two sizes, 15-inch or 21-inch. It comes with the standard Zebra 1-year warranty, and you can upgrade it to a 1-year warranty to expand it out to multiple years and also get comprehensive coverage and additional suite of apps made available to you. For more information on the KC50 or to purchase, please visit us at POSGuys.com. Thank you.